No one could reach you. That was the whole point. You would wake before the rest of the house, creep down a dark hallway, and turn on a television that took 3 seconds to warm up. For the next 2 hours, the world was yours. No phone, no notifications, just cartoons and silence. Being a kid in the 1990s felt nothing like now, and nobody warned you it was ending. There is a hush that belongs only to you. The carpet is cold. The air smells faintly of last night's dinner. You grab the remote, plastic edges warm from sitting on the VCR. The TV hums, slow to wake, its greenish glow painting stripes across your knees. You are not supposed to be up yet, but nobody stops you. This is your window, before your parents shuffle in with coffee, before the house fills with footsteps and voices. You scroll past static and land on Nickelodeon or Fox. Doug, Rugrats, Animaniacs. The theme songs crash in, bright and fast, too loud for the quiet room. You know every note by heart. There is no pause button, no rewind. If you miss the opening, it is gone. You lean closer, legs crossed, watching the colors flicker and dance. Commercials for Frosted Flakes and Nerf blasters burst in, all sugar and shouting, then vanish just as quick. For 2 hours, you are king. Nobody calls, nobody texts, nobody even knows you are here. The world is small and safe, held together by the warm buzz of the CRT and the rhythm of cartoons. It is a kind of freedom that does not exist anymore. Now, everything waits for you. Back then, you had to catch it before it slipped away. You crouch by the stereo, knees pressed into carpet, radio dial glowing in the dark. The blank cassette waits. Side A, 45 minutes to fill, no room for mistakes. Your finger hovers over the record button, ready to pounce. Every song is a gamble. The DJ talks too long, you curse under your breath. Commercials sneak in, you slam pause, rewind with a pencil, start again. The tape hisses quietly, a heartbeat in the background. You pray the batteries hold out, counting how many bars you can risk before the red light starts to fade. One missed cue and the whole side is ruined. You scribble band names in Sharpie on the label, careful, proud. The mix is yours, built from patience, from hope, from hours of waiting for that perfect intro. No skipping, no shuffling, just the slow thrill of catching a song as it lands, holding it tight before it disappears. In this small, stubborn ritual, you have control. The world outside is chaos, but here, with the pause trick in the hiss, you are the DJ of your own secret station. Today, playlists build themselves in seconds. Back then, the best music came to those who waited. The door slams behind you and the world opens up. The air is thick with the smell of grass and pavement still warm from the day. Your bike waits, chain a little rusty, tires scuffed from 100 skids. You hop on, pedals biting at your sneakers, wind tugging your shirt as you race to the corner. This is the hour when everything feels possible. The sun drops low, painting the sky orange and pink, and you know the rules. You are out until the streetlights blink alive. That is the signal, not a text, not a ping, just a slow glow overhead telling you how much daylight is left. You are not alone. Your best friend is there, already waiting at the curb, spinning a baseball in his palm. No plans, just the promise of adventure. You circle the block together, dodging sprinklers and barking geese, making up games as you go. Every yard is a new frontier. Every crack in the sidewalk, a secret code. Nobody tracks you. Nobody checks your location. You are unlisted, unaccounted for, lost in the dusk and found in the laughter echoing down empty streets. The world shrinks to the sound of your breath, the slap of sneakers, the clatter of your bike chain. Freedom is measured in minutes, in the fading light, in how far you can go before home calls you back. All you need to know is when the streetlights come on, it is time to race the darkness home, hearts pounding, faces flushed, carrying the whole evening in your pockets. The living room becomes a stage. Someone cranks the Macarena, and suddenly every cousin and neighbor kid is lined up, shuffling in sync, arms flapping, faces split wide with laughter. The chicken dance follows, all elbows and giggles, a blur of socks sliding across linoleum. Nobody cares about getting it right. There is no camera, no replay, just the wild joy of moving together, breathless and loud. A hairbrush turns into a microphone. You belt out lyrics you barely know, passing the brush around, each voice braver than the last. The music is tinny, coming from a battered boombox or the TV's tiny speaker, but it's enough to fill the whole house. For a few minutes, you are famous. Then, as the songs fade and the crowd scatters, the world shrinks back to two. You twist the phone cord around your finger, hiding behind a door or curling into a closet, the receiver pressed tight to your ear. The line crackles with every fidget. You whisper secrets to your best friend, who likes who, what your parents don't get, the dumb thing that happened at school. Every word is for them and them alone. The cord stretches, tugging at the wall, a lifeline between bedrooms and backyards. There are no recordings, no evidence, just the memory of a voice in the dark and the soft thump of your heart. You talk until someone yells for the phone, and then it's gone. Nothing saved, nothing shared. Only you and them, and the feeling that, for a little while, you told the truth and someone listened. You dig for quarters in your pocket, thumbs scraping against lint and old gum wrappers. The payphone stands at the edge of the parking lot, glass streaked with fingerprints, metal cool against your palm. You press the receiver to your ear, heart thumping as you punch in the number. Every ring is money ticking away. 30 seconds, maybe a minute if you talk fast. Your voice bounces off the booth walls, echoing back secrets and promises. Sometimes a stranger waits outside, shifting from foot to foot, eyes flicking to their own stack of coins. You nod, a silent agreement. Everyone knows the rules. Talk quick, keep it moving, don't waste someone else's change. You hang up, breath fogging the glass, and head for the arcade. Neon spills across the carpet, sticky with soda and years of sneakers. The air hums with beeps and crashes, 100 games calling out at once. You count your tokens, each one a shot at glory, each one a minute of escape. You wait your turn, watching the leaderboard, watching the older kids with their practice moves and lucky streaks. When it is finally your turn, the joystick fits your hand like a promise. Your whole world shrinks to the screen, the lights, the crowd pressing in behind you. If you win, there is a cheer, maybe a high five from a kid whose name you will never know. If you lose, you step aside, pockets lighter, heart racing. The game goes on. The night feels endless, electric. Every quarter is a chance to be remembered, if only for a moment, in a world made of pixels and possibility. Friday night, your heart races before you even step inside. The Blockbuster sign glows blue against the dark, promising 100 stories behind sliding glass doors. Inside, the air is cool and smells like plastic, popcorn, and something sweet you can't quite name. You follow the path of sticky carpet, eyes scanning shelves stacked with dreams and cardboard sleeves. The new release wall is a battlefield, rows of empty spaces and a few battered copies left standing. You stretch on tiptoe, fingers brushing the last copy of Space Jam or Jurassic Park, hoping nobody else saw it first. Sometimes you bargain with your brother, trading your pick for a week of chores. Sometimes you lose, and the only thing left is a faded tape you've already seen twice. You flip the case open, check for the sticker, be kind, rewind. There is a quiet pride in bringing it back fully rewound, a silent code only renters understand. You clutch your choice all the way to the counter, feeling the weight of the weekend ahead. The clerk stamps the due date, 3 days, no mercy. Late fees are real and unforgiving. You promise you will remember. Maybe you will. Maybe you will not. The tape thunks into its plastic case, cool and solid in your palm. You leave with your treasure, the night stretching out before you, a whole movie waiting to spool out in the dark. Now there is no race, no risk, no ritual. Everything is just a button away. But nothing ever feels quite as earned. You still remember the glow of a CRT screen, the hush before sunrise, the way silence once felt alive. Today, everything is louder, yet something quieter lingers in you. Which moment hit hardest? Share your 90s memory below. If this brought you back, consider subscribing for more.